Okay. And welcome to Overtime, brought to you by KingsCast at www.kingscast.net. I'm Keith Korneluk.
And I'm Chris Kalazewski.
So you may have a few questions for us, Kings fans. A, why are we standing? B, why are we in a kitchen? And C, why are we so dispassionate with the show?
Right.
The answer is I got a little baby in the next room. We got the monitor right here, and we are not waking him up like we did when the Kings scored in overtime.
That's right, KingsCast. We're back with another tantalizingly viewed episode right here. It's looking good right now, I know. Here to talk about Game 2, Devils versus Kings. This is an awesome moment right now, Keith. It doesn't sound like it right now with our soft voices, but we are stoked right now here to talk about the game, talk about Carter's goal, talk about Quick, Brodeur, the Devils, and coming back to L.A.
Here we go. It is episode 165, aptly titled Kings, New Jersey Devils, Game 2, Stanley Cup Finals. Let's get into it.
Kings fans, so we're back after a huge Game 2, and coming into the game, we're expecting a little bit of the same. Two tough teams, really the best in the NHL. Playing, which is a huge game, a huge momentum game. The Devils obviously need this game. Don't want to lose 2 in a row at home and then go back to LA down 2-0. Coming into the first, it felt like the exact same game to me. A lot of tight play, a lot of chippy play, and a lot of close chances, but both goaltenders standing on their heads.
Yeah, for me, the surprise really was Marty Brodeur. And Chris, coming into this game, I really felt like it was a Game 7 for the Devils. I mean, if you go down 2-0 to LA on the road or while you're at home, your chances of winning the series are very little.
Slim.
And yeah, absolutely. But Martin Brodeur really impressed me. Here's a guy that's 42-something years old, in the twilight of his career, making some amazing and athletic saves. And I mean, how do you stay that flexible as a goaltender? Definitely an elite talent there. But you're right. It was teams I felt feeling each other out a little bit. And, I don't think the Kings have faced this kind of aggressiveness the entire playoffs, which is weird because I think Vancouver was a better team than New Jersey and, maybe even St. Louis. But, they're taking it to us pretty hard.
Yeah, definitely. Kings had 2 penalty kills in the first period, and again, we're able to lock it down. I mean, definitely the huge spot on the Kings right now is that they just, 5-on-5, or on the penalty kill, they just can't be scored on, and they did that again tonight. And of course, the big goal in the first period coming from Drew Doughty, which you talk about a one-man show right there. I mean, the guy just took it. He probably should have just, dumped it into the zone and, got off on the bench and cleared off, but he took it all in his own. And scored an amazing goal, and that fired him up so much. I mean, the Kings were just on fire after that. I mean, what an amazing goal and an individual effort by Doughty.
You want to talk about a Paul Coffey-esque goal. I mean, the move that Drew Doughty made prior to getting the goal was absolutely fantastic. And this was a guy that we said, coming in the playoffs, is a guy that has to step it up. And we've given Drew a hard time. A little short, because of the cup thing on Drew Doughty. We love Drew Doughty, but, I've starting to see him emerge back into that Norris form that he's been in. Tonight was no short of that. Really, really excellent goal, and finally someone that's really starting to earn that contract, not a moment too soon.
Yeah, definitely. I think Mike Milbury at one point tonight compared him to Nick Lidstrom. We're going to see him have a career like Nick Lidstrom. I think that's a little bold. I think
the brakes there, Milbury.
I mean, Lidstrom's one of the best defensemen ever. I don't know if we'll ever really see a player like that again. But Doughty had a huge momentum swing tonight because it crossed over into the second, where the Kings were just able to stop him from even entering the zone. Just kept chipping it away. Playing a really solid defensive two-way hockey from all the forwards. Not a bunch of chances. From the Kings' top line. Felt like the Devils really locked them down pretty well. But it was a solid period again, going into the third.
Yeah, and in that third period, you want to look at a line that's really making a difference. Is that Zidlicki line for the New Jersey Devils? They had a goal tonight. Zidlicki did actually,
yep.
And they were really starting to kind of choke on the Kings. And at the end of the third period, we were talking. I said, I'm not quite sure about our chances for this game. It doesn't feel right. But then going into overtime, the Los Angeles Kings start resuming that elite level of play and are able to make a few things happen. A lot of great chances, especially at the start of overtime, I thought, Chris.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, going back to the last game, Quick hadn't really let in really some very big goals. I mean, the goal in Game 1 was sort of a fluke. It went off shoulder, it went to the net. You really can't fault Quick for that. So, even the Zidlicki goal, it was, what are you going to do? It was actually a great goal. But, Jonathan Quick playing just lights out again. Faced many more shots than he did in the first game. But going into overtime, the Kings definitely picked it up. And You know, we talked about players who need to step it up. You know, talk about Stoll. I mean, someone threw it out tonight. We had a bunch of people watching the game. It was like, when was the last time Stoll scored? Was it Game 5 against Vancouver? I mean, honestly, correct us if we're wrong. I mean, I honestly don't remember. Same with, you know, Justin Williams. Obviously had a huge assist, you know, in the Kopitar goal in Game 1. But those are the type of guys who are waiting to step up. Jeff Carter, those type of guys. And what do you know? You know, midway through overtime, who scores the goal?
Jeff Carter does, but right before that, Chris, Dustin Penner with an excellent chance to end it in overtime, be the hero once again. But, you know, it's great to see Jeff Carter get that overtime goal, to be that hero. And there's a guy that, you know, if he was with the Kings all season long and healthy, you know, maybe Potts 30 or 40, and we finish much higher than we do. And that's great because we have role players that can kind of take it through the playoffs. But, you know, you got to have a guy like that step up and make a big goal from time to time. Jeff Carter did that. And, you know, I was thinking during the game, how many game winners have we seen from that Dustin Penner, Mike Richards, Jeff Carter line in all of the playoffs? It's been a lot. I mean, maybe not as much as the Kopitar line, but, you know, some of you statisticians out there, let us know how many game winners has that line actually had.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm projecting back a little bit. At the end of overtime, I mean, at the end of the third period, Dustin Brown had a really ill-advised pass, and as good as he's been during these playoffs, I mean, it went straight to Kovalchuk, hit the crossbar. I mean, it should have been a goal. I mean, it was like a millimeter from now. So, I mean, luckily that wasn't the game changer. But, you know, Jeff Carter was pretty much another one-man goal. I mean, he took it himself, went all the way around the goal and scored it and just silenced. The crowd is crushed. New Jersey, I mean, everyone's shocked. I mean, this is unbelievable. The Kings are up 2-0 yet again, 10 in a row. You know, on the road, undefeated on the road, and heading back to L.A. Two-way, Keith.
I mean, we've said we've drunk the Kool-Aid before. I mean, I really do believe that this is happening. But, you know, Chris, you bring up Dustin Brown, and I agree with you. You know, maybe cooled off a little bit, still bringing that defensive and, well, minus that pass to, basically it's a pass to Kovalchuk and the physical play. But he sort of cooled off a little bit in that goal-scoring range. Andrei Kopitar's, you know, hit it up. Now, I don't think Jeff Carter is at all a Conn Smythe candidate whatsoever. Neither really is Mike Richards, although earlier in the playoffs, maybe. Yeah. So, Kings fans, your question of the day is, right now, who is your Conn Smythe candidate for either team if you think the Devils are going to win, which they're not? The Los Angeles Kings, leave your comments, as always, downstairs. All right, Chris, so coming into today, obviously, Game 2 back in New Jersey. And, you know, I woke up this morning, I was thinking to myself, you know what, Team LA is open downtown at the Stape. And you know what? I haven't got myself any kind of Kings gear in a while, and I kind of wanted like a Stanley Cup t-shirt, which I'm wearing right now. I gotta be honest with you, Chris. There is nothing there, barely anything there that I would wear. I mean, period. Outside of, you know, those rare occasions when you have to wear a shirt to bed, or, you know, if you're working out or something like that. I noticed the Kings had that really god-awful Western Conference Finals t-shirt.
So busy, like all the other shirts.
It really, really is. But you also, if you get the hat, it's for the low, low price of $15.99. Now, I did pick the shirt up. I actually think it's kind of cool. It's cool. You know, but here's the thing. If you wash it and the sleeves get any shorter, I'm going to be wearing like a Under Armour tank top. I don't like it. I don't like where they're going with this.
You know, we talk about shirts and apparel a lot. You know, obviously the coolest of the final shirts that you can buy out there.
Marginally.
But, you know, also KingsCast, we have some awesome shirts too. Like this one right here. LA, you know, coming back to LA. Check it out. You know, if you're on our website, hit up the store up on that site. If you're on our Facebook page, I believe it's here. If you're watching the video, it's over on our Spreadshirt store. But get yours today. Super cheap prices. I think it's pretty sweet. LA, get yours today.
It's happening. All right, Kings fans, we'll be right back at you after Monday's game, Game 3 at the Stape. We'll have it up for you, Tuesday morning. Don't forget, and we really appreciate, because there's been a lot of you, hit that subscribe button right up top. You know you want the latest KingsCast videos, even if you're a New Jersey Devils fan, even if you're rooting against the Los Angeles Kings, even if you're Shane Doan, who's a huge fan of the show.
He is.
We are too. I'm Keith Cordelin.
And I'm Chris Kalazewski.
Thank you for watching the silent version of KingsCast. Whatever.
What are you going to do?
Reasons Kovalchuk chose New Jersey. Go.
$102 million.
Atlantic City.
Marty Brodeur's guest wing.
Bada Bing.
Kevin Smith.
Garfield Tea House.
The Hoboken Monkey Man.
John Bon Jovi's childhood home, Sloppy Joe's, a 17-year contract.